We got ourselves team 2-1 actually, together with Reventy. Gonna be first up as a paladin on that team. It looks like Archie is gonna be his first competitor. Rock it out, that Shaman set. That's a beautiful Shaman set, man. It's gonna be a flesh crafting. Reventy given opportunity to get caught up and get set up. It's gonna be engaging with that judgment. Archie is gonna take him a second to get set up. Playing an elemental enhancement build. It's an enhancement shaman build that focuses on elemental damage. Lots of range hits. Gonna be a stun out onto Archie. Reventy with big cooldowns. Archie just tricking out of it. Gonna be that wall to follow. Reventy trying to see if he can bash through the defenses of the shaman, but I think he's gonna be able to do it. Once the shaman tanks up with that wall, they're basically invulnerable as long as they're not sending in crowd control, or as long as they're getting any kind of healing. It's probably one of the strongest defenses in the game. Gonna be a stun onto Archie as Reventy uses it more defensively, trying to see if he can back up out of there. Get interrupted the last second, could be really bad. Does Archie? Oh, Archie taking advantage of that quick interrupt. Being an orc, you don't sit stuns long at all. So you took a second as soon as he's coming out of the stun. Quick interrupt, hit him with that wind shear, taking him out of the game, and does zap him down from afar. Athaman joining in, looking like a chess piece. Looking like if he was a chess piece, he was a bishop. Big damage out of Archie though, doesn't hold back whatsoever. Atha just joined the duel, stumble the thunder. Atha potentially could bubble out of it. Gonna be human Rachel to get him out of this one. Archie with that magic absorb trinket from the season 3. Big damage on Archie, could be really dead right now. Actually, it looks like he's alive. Does get himself a heal in between. Got plenty of maelstrom, plenty of mana, able to generate resources. Still massive damage out of Atha. Not giving Archie Orc really that much of a break, really making him test his mana, test his healing potential. And Archie's self-survivability being tested. Looks like he's able to survive it while available very, very soon. Athaman popped off the most amount of damage as a Kyrian Paladin. And I think Athaman actually has his tier set bonus. Athaman is walking into this one with the Paladin 2-piece tier set. Oh, big Ellie Blast. Oh my goodness. Athaman pops in the sippy cup, trying to go for some self-healing. That Ellie Blast almost ended that man. Archie getting Atha very, very low. Will potentially be a bubble. That's going to be a big lightning bolt out of Archie. Another primordial, another lightning bolt. Massive damage. Sunder missing. Archie needs a little bit more. Atha needs a little bit more holy power just to survive it. Bubble available for Atha very, very soon. Wings available also very soon. This could be the one big go for Athaman in just a moment here. The final opportunity for him to make a play, as Archie is just absolutely ravaging this man, not giving him an option. At some point, he's just going to have a go. Trying to kill that totem so it doesn't get stunned. Flesh cut out for Archie. Athaman just letting it happen. Just trying to see if he can back away from Archie. Maybe catch himself a little bit of healing. Trying really hard not to get interrupted. Gonna be that Seraphim proc. Bubble for Atha. Just trying to go for a self-heal. There goes the bubble. How you use the bubble will determine how this game ends. Atha used that bubble to heal up. Let's hope that heal pays off, as Athaman is still trying to set himself up for a winning strategy. Gonna be a stun to Archie. Big Kyrian burst. Gonna be the wall. Athaman got full damage. Gonna be Archie. Trying to see if he can survive this. Gonna be that wall for Archie. Athaman does need to go for a little bit self-healing. Needs to wait until wall is down for Archie, then he needs to unleash as much holy damage into him as he can. Gonna be those back-to-back Seraphim procs. Ghost is joining in. Archie rotating that wall into the damage reduction trinket. And a quick hex into Atha. It looks like this hex actually is full. I believe when you stunned Atha, that actually put him on DR for a disorient effect or incapacitate effect. And I believe that the hex is the same effect. So it actually DRs it a little bit. But Athaman, now left with not a lot of tools, maybe he can just survive a little bit longer. Dampening will eventually keep ramping up. There's only so much you can really do in this situation. Big Sunders by Archie. Athaman continuing to blast out damage into Archie. Sunder stun, gonna be Shield of Vengeance. That shield is gonna get popped. Archie has big lightning bolt set up. Athaman trying to do whatever he can, just survive it. Ghost to join in. Stun defensively. Atha is getting bit up by these wolves. That's gonna be a bit of that pressure that Athaman is trying to heal. The healing normally would be enough to top himself off, but 30% dampening with that Ellie Blast zaps and down he goes. Archie does end up rotting you down over time. There's only so much you can really do against an enhancement shaman. The amount of healing these boys bring in is actually quite huge. Is it not Divine Purpose? I think it might be Holy Lich. I think it is Divine Purpose. It's just, I forgot what the name of that talent was. But we'll find out what Athaman was running. Maybe he'll let us know. But I guess as a Paladin, since you get random procs of Seraphim from a tier set, it might not be a bad idea to run Divine Purpose. Because if you get a random proc of tier set for free with Divine Purpose, back-to-back Holy Power spenders, for doing Final Reg, that could be massive. Bala's gonna be up next, and Demonology Warlock. Try to see if he can get a setup versus Archie. Playing the Succubus build. So he's going for the Shadow build. Demon Bolts flying in. That's gonna be grounding totem, grounding at least one of those Demon Bolts. Third Demon Bolt does connect. Hound to go down out for Balas. Does burn a wall in order to make sure he can't go through. Try to summon up a big charge. Gonna be stunned by Archie. Does Balas have any mobility to get out of here? More to call onto Archie. Trinkets out of it. Interrupt him on Shadow. And Balas might be able to get a Tyrant now. He got a lot of pets here. Is gonna be porting out of there just to go for a bit of reset. Could still go for a Tyrant if you wanted to. As Archie looking to around the bend, catch up to the Warlock. The Warlock is just trying to stay mobile. Where's his Succubus pet? Is it on him? Wait, what happened to the Succubus pet? Is it out in the open somewhere? Wait, did he kill your Succubus pet? Potentially gonna be interrupted to Balas in back big trouble, and it's gonna be a big zap out of Archie, just zapping the boy down, shocking him out of the game. With wait, his name is actually Poofy, gonna be up next. Worgen Fury Warrior going for the double Blade Storm into a full-on blown blender build versus Archie, knocking him down with a Night Fae ability on top of it. Poofy tried to see if he might be able to get a line of sight of Archie, activating Enrage Regeneration. I'm not really sure why. But he's popped off every offensive, every defensive, trying to see if he can get an angle onto Archie, who's got a stun totem ready to go for Poofy. Does he have any procs? He went by, blasted him in the face with the Ellie Blast, and backed up out of there. Poofy needs to catch up, but now the Warrior is down on the heel. So I wonder how that's going to go for him. Trying to see if he might be able to ramp up his rage into some rampages, get some back-to-back damage. Poofy could be in trouble though. Activating Commanding Shout, really wishing he had that in regeneration at this point. Reflect real quickly for any small or big ability by Archie. It looks like Archie doesn't reflect anything back to himself. Save that Ellie Blast for later. Gonna be that seed pot, and Archie should be able to slam it down. Perky's is gonna be the last one left on the turtle. I like the way the turtle moves, by the way. Like the way you're first moving, it's almost like the stabilization on your character didn't go anywhere. Frost Death Knight is a dwarf. Is that Dark Iron by any chance? Try to see if you might be able to get some big damage onto Archie. I think maybe trying to set up a stun from the Remorseless Winter. But I could be wrong on that. Archie jumps into Ghostos, trying to see if he can sprint out of there. Perk is gonna have their Shield of Vengeance busted through pretty quickly. Chain of Ice onto Archie. As Archie gets some damage of their own, Perkis is gonna be playing the not Dark Iron Dwarf, but actually normal Dwarf. Trying to go for that big grippy hand versus Archie with a short stun for a second. Perkins might need to go use some defenses. It's going to be Dark Pack real quick. And might need IBF here as well. It's actually under a ton of pressure. Archie not given an opportunity. It looks like the Shaman survives in the 50% dampener, not giving these boys an opportunity to recover. It says 4 kills, but it's actually 5 since the Seed Pod doesn't count as a kill. So that's going to be massive mad damage out of Archie. We got to get his team back in there as soon as possible, boys, yeah?